Mika, look how beautiful you are. Sitting there in your size 2 dress. We have all noticed your passion and dedication to good health, nutrition, exercise, less fatty foods, a strong and consistent message of better eating and more exercise. And I would like to say on behalf of all the middle-aged, overweight women in America, just shut up.
That was Claire McCaskill with some choice words for Mika at the dinner of the Washington Press Foundation in 2010. Senator McCaskill is featured in Mika's new book, Obsessed, America's Food Addiction and My Own. And she joins us now from Capitol Hill, also here on set, investigative reporter for the New York Times, the author of the book Salt, Sugar, Fat, How the Food Giants Hooked Us, Michael Moss. Also, we've got Dr. Zeke Emanuel and Mike Barnicle back with us. Mike and I will present the other side of the case.
Sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. The bacon sandwich, bacon on bacon sandwich part of it. So, Claire, you are obviously portrayed in this book pretty importantly. And between the time of that speech and the time Mika started writing this book, you underwent some pretty dramatic changes in your life too.
Yeah, I just decided that I didn't want to have insulin shots when I was my mom's age, and I needed to get healthy and quit focusing on what size I was and focus on feeling better and moving more. And with the help of a great weight loss coach by the name of Charles D'Angelo in St. Louis, we were able to knock off 50 pounds in about a year.
And I think we do have a distorted sense of what is appropriate. And I think that was the woman that Claire was talking about in the size 2 dress. I was 118 pounds, and she was kind of right, actually.
What are you now?
133, size 6, and still working on it.
And you look really good, Mika, and you look really healthy, and I am really still tired of those bare arms.
Yeah. I'm about 6 months away from.
Seriously, the bare arms every morning, it still is. I can still kind of get mad at you about that.
Good.
Good.
She's feisty.
It's nice to know that you still piss her off on one front or two, even 15, 20 pounds later.
And so, Claire, you look fantastic, but given the job that you have, how busy your life is, add to the fact that you're always eating out, the chips are stacked against you in so many ways. What was the struggle like for you, and how did you do it?
Well, it's, first of all, just deciding, having the discipline that what is sitting there is not worth it. Usually it's not that good. I mean, if I'm going to have a night where I want to celebrate food, I want to do it with stuff that's really delicious and very special and not waste it on cocktail party, appetizers that really usually stink, or bad buffet meals. And so it's that, and it's also scheduling a time for exercise. My coach said to me, you're disciplined enough to achieve what you have in your career. Why can't you be disciplined enough to schedule 1 hour a day to exercise? And, he made a pretty good point.
Hey, Senator McCaskill, as everyone in this country knows, we have had this wonderful program for years and years and years to help people acknowledge, realize the dangers of smoking. When are we going to get a concerted effort, a truly concerted effort, equal to the effort we've had on smoking about food and nutrition and what happens when there's no recess in public schools and you're eating, a Happy Meal every day for lunch or stuff like that?
Well, I think we can do some things about recess in schools through curriculum changes. Hopefully this comes from the bottom at school boards and at local elections and not from Washington. I think we've got to be a little careful. I'm from a state where most of us in Missouri don't want the government telling us what to eat. I do think we need to do better education. I think Dr. Emanuel makes great points about our kids, making sure they understand what those charts mean on the side of the box. There's some really inventive education programs that are being run through some public health entities in Missouri, where instead of having a class set aside just to learn about the dangers of drugs, they're setting aside class time in elementary schools to teach kids how to read nutrition labels. That's the kind of stuff that's really going to make a difference. And I think, frankly, politically, it would be absolutely impossible to even consider the notion that the federal government's going to start telling people what they should eat.
You know, Mika, you talked to so many different people. You talked to Claire, of course, Nora Ephron. You had a wonderful interview with her, Kathleen Turner, Chris Christie, so many people, Susie Essman, of course, so many people that have great insights. But you touched on with some discrimination.
And Claire, you felt it too when you had more weight on you and you were struggling with it. You heard from people online, and they would say extremely nasty things and judge you.
Yeah, they still do.
Well,
the haters hate.
The topics changed, though. It's not about your weight anymore.
Changed. Right. The haters are out there, but you know, it's funny. I can have people tweet at me very hateful things about my political point of view.
Sure.
But when they say really cruel things about your physical appearance, you can act like it doesn't bother you, and a lot of us do. But it's hard. It's hard. It feels more
And we really
personal.
do need to put our arms around this. And Claire, when Mika tries to put her arms around it, I think they need to be covered, don't you?
Yes.
Well, it would make me feel better, Joe. It would make me feel better.
You're great. My favorite senator, Senator Claire McCaskill.
Thank you,
you
Claire.
so much. Michael Moss, thank you.
Thanks
Dr.
for coming
Stephen
back.
Emanuel,
Thank you.
Thanks for
Appreciate it.
all your help.